What is going on, everybody? It's Kyle here, aka ThaWoodshed, and today we're bringing you guys a new video. This one is going to be on how to start your own clan. Let's go ahead and get into it. What is going on, everybody? You heard me here right. We are actually going to go over how ThaWoodshed started and what I've learned in order of starting a brand new clan, and for anybody there who's considering it, what you need to know and the certain kind of things that go into it. What has prompted me to make this video specifically is ThaWoodshed has very recently hit level 10 in a very quick time span. This is our 6th Clan War League as I'm recording this, so in 6 months we have gone all the way up to level 10, and we do have 2 clans, so we have 70 people, more or less, between 2 different clans. So I figured this was as good as an opportunity as ever to explain what I've learned to you guys and hopefully help you guys start your own clan and have some fun with your friends. So, we're going to have some just Town Hall 15, just some Clan War League play in the background for you guys here. So, first and most importantly, when starting your own clan, something you need to do is you need to be able to set up your priorities. So you need to be set it clear for yourself and for anybody who's going to join you. What's the clan's focus going to be? Is it going to be Clan Wars? Is it going to be Clan Games? Is it going to be Capital Raids? Is it just going to be Clan War League? Is it just going to be a chill environment? Is it just going to be talkative people just having fun? Is it going to be adults only? Is it going to be kids only? That kind of stuff, right? You need to be able to set that kind of priorities down. And likewise, to fall off of that in point number 2, you need to be able to find people who think the same kind of way as you. So, for example, I was lucky enough to have a handful of friends who played Clash of Clans before I made ThaWoodshed, because I'd been around to a handful of different clans, of course, in my many, many years of playing. So, for example, Buck QH, who you guys have seen me talk about here multiple times, who's my co-leader. Shout out to Buck, I absolutely love that guy. Me and him have been in a top 200 USA clan together, and he wasn't having a whole lot of fun anymore. And the clan, which was USA Bravery at the time, they had lost a lot of people, and they had a change in leadership. I had ended up leaving, and Buck ended up following me. And he thinks a lot like I do. So Buck had made life a lot easier for me because there were 2 really high-level people with a handful of accounts that could make the clan look a little bit fuller. So that's going to be a super important thing. Finding people who think the same way as you do, and they have no issues kind of also chipping in there. It's hard to just run a clan and just have one leader and everybody else to be brand new and you don't really know them. So it helps if you know some people that are going to be more than willing to want to come over with you. That's definitely a plus. So those kind of go into one point. I'll just put those down as number 1. Number 2, you need to have a way to try and recruit people from outside of Clash of Clans. Now, what do you mean recruit people from outside of Clash of Clans, Kyle? They have their own recruiting system where you can go invite players to your clan as long as their invites are open, right? Kinda, but that system doesn't work very well. They often get ignored, or there's a lot of people you can't invite. So what do I recommend? I was nice enough to have Kareem, who's currently in our feeder clan for Clan War League, even though I don't make him go there. I give him the option. I love Kareem so much. Shout out to Kareem as well. We actually posted to Reddit. Kareem actually volunteered to go to Reddit at r/Clash of Clans Recruit. And he made some posts, and we took off from there. So I had a handful of people who joined me from other clans, like Buck. And then a handful of people like Beast and Kareem and Die Third, and then of course people like my cousin Zach and Carly. Shout out to them. So we probably had, between all the accounts that I had, plus the handful of friends, we probably had 10, 15 people off the start, which is a very nice start for a brand new clan. But Kareem posted to Reddit, brand new clan. A lot of people liked the idea, I guess, of getting in on something kind of small, something kind of currently going on, and making a lot of friends. And we absolutely blew up, and we had certain people like Sumo Bro come in, who's no longer with us at the moment. We had people like Versace, who has 4 accounts. We got Jay Luss from that. I mean, we got a handful of amazing and awesome people who are still in our system, whether they're in the main or they're in the feeder clan. But we got some amazing people from that system, and we probably blew up to somewhere between 40 and 50 people very quickly after having done that. We actually had to make a feeder because there was nothing for Clan War League overflow. So we ran close to 50 people, and we could only do 30v30 for Clan War League, and everybody wants a part of Clan War League. And we were very, very fortunate that we had high enough level players that that we got pushed into like Crystal 3, I think it was, Crystal 1, whichever one is the higher one, I can't remember. Yeah, so that would be Crystal 1. We got pushed into like Crystal 1 off of like our first Clan War League. So we drew a lot of attention off of our first Clan War League, and it allowed for a lot of people to stay. So super important that you find a way to be able to recruit outside of that system. Rather it's the Clash of Clans Discord, which I don't think works a ton, but if you get success out of it, more power to you. Reddit was always really good for us. Every time we've posted on there or tried to recruit people individually, we've always had a fair amount of success from that. So shout out to Reddit for once. Another thing that's going to be a little bit important is you're not going to have the ability to be super picky with the types of players you take. So you're going to take rush players or you're going to take lower level players. You have to accept one of those facts as it's just going to happen. You just have to pick which one is going to happen, right? It's going to be one or the other. A prime example of that is people like Qwerty and Awesome Dude. So Qwerty and Awesome Dude joined us as a Town Hall 13, but he was very, very rushed. And I mean, he might not have been a max Town Hall 9, as far as a Town Hall 13 goes. So that was very interesting. He had a long way to go, and we were more than willing to accept him. We actually got him, I believe, from Qwerty. Qwerty was a Town Hall 8 or a Town Hall 9 when he first joined us, and is now a very high-end Town Hall 11, who still sits in the main clan to this day. Because he came in so early, he's been godfathered, and has been more than welcome to stay. The only time he ever leaves is for Clan War League, so he could get some Clan War League medals. But those are two amazing examples of two guys who have Elder in my clan, who have done more than enough to earn my trust and for me to want to keep them around regardless. And they've been some of the most willing to learn. So you need to accept the fact that you're going to have some rush people who you're probably going to have to take on just to kind of fill in spots and numbers. Or some lower level people. And I almost considered it like, I don't want to say almost like a development program. Because like I think like baseball, right? Like minor leagues or, like college football and stuff like that where people are developing. But because they're so new, or because they're so rushed, they haven't had a lot of people take the time with them. Awesome Dude's the best example of that. He was so willing to learn Skybrid at Town Hall 13. He was like, oh my god, I'm seeing you use this on your Town Hall 13 account, Supa. How the hell do I do this? And he's used it ever since. And he is the most reliable high 2-star Town Hall 13. And if it's 3-starable, I mean, he's a mini version of me. So I'm very, very proud of him. And absolutely love the kid to death for that. So you need to be open to kind of recruiting that kind of stuff. That's also a pretty important thing, right? And last and possibly most importantly, well, two very important things. So I kind of split it, 4A, 4B. 4A is you need to kind of figure out how you're going to, how all the donations are going to get filled. That's a very important thing too, especially coming in to a clan. Depending on your level, you're probably not going to recruit people higher than your current Town Hall level, right? As much as I hate to say that, if you're a Town Hall 12, you're not going to be pulling Town Hall 15. That's just not really how it happens. Nobody wants to be the highest level in their clan, unless you're just a whole bunch of max Town Hall 15s. So, one of the important things you're going to need to know how to do is, or think about, is how are you going to fill donations? So, when I started here, me and Buck were both more than willing, going, damn, this is going to be a lot of one gem donations that we don't want to do. But we need to do this in order that the clan can have some breath, right? So people aren't being frustrated just waiting for donos to come through, right? Because you don't find just a whole bunch of just ton of just generous people just out of nowhere, right? Eat's the best example. I'm a Ichu, who's a guy I knew from Team USA. He is probably the most generous person. Along with Kareem, both of those guys. They're absolutely amazing. They have little to no receptions every season. But you need to figure out how you're going to be able to keep people well fed, so to say. So people aren't leaving, they're not trying to waste all their raid medals, especially while they're not getting a ton of raid medals from you guys. That's another thing. Again, if clan capital is something you guys find important, or if you're not finding a lot of donation, you need to make sure you find people who have a lot of, who want to be very involved with capital raids, because that's going to be the biggest way to get troops. But please, 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 ahead of time, find a way to make sure that you have something checked off that people will get donations. And then 4B to that is kind of make sure you have a way to keep people engaged and for them to have fun. Make sure you're talking to them, making sure you're having fun with them. What we did when we first started here, we've stopped doing it since we opened the feeder clan, more or less after a year or so, or not, after a month or two of having the feeder clan. We did giveaways. We did gold pass giveaways that people absolutely loved and people throttled each other for. Awesome dude went to the middle of damn Titan League for the sake of getting a gold pass. And I wish we could still do it. If we ever find a good way to do it between two clans without bankrupting myself or Buck, we will 100% do it again. But that's going to be a little bit of hard figuring out and hard doing. But those are the most notes that I have for you guys as far as figuring out how to start your own clan, right? So make sure you got your priorities right, and make sure you got people who have the same priority set as you do. And now I say that and it sounds very, very serious. If some people don't take the game as seriously as you do, or they take it more seriously than you do, it's going to ruin it one way or the other. So make sure everybody's kind of on the same page there. Make sure you have a way to recruit. That's going to be most important. Nobody's going to want to join you if it's just you and two other schmoes, or if it's just you and your two other accounts. So make sure you have a way to recruit. Be kind of open to the players you take. When you get a little higher level, you can be a little pickier. Now that we're level 10, we're Master 3. We might push into Master 2 if we're lucky enough. We start only taking Town Hall 13s. So, I mean, we're that high level, and we're only taking 13s, right? So be pretty open with who you're going to take. Don't shut out somebody just because they're rushed or because they're lower level. Try and teach people. Have some fun with them, and they'll become some of the best players you can have. And you need to figure out how you're going to be able to donate. That's going to be another super important one. Again, cost me more gems than I care and money than I'd care to mention, but now at a level 10 clan, we all kind of take care of each other and makes life a lot easier for me, because now everybody can give max troops, basically. Town Hall 13, so just about everybody can give max troops, right? So those are my cliff notes for you guys, man. If you guys have anything else you think I missed out on, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Maybe you guys could have gave me some kind of idea that would have made my life a little bit easier trying to start everything. But I was very fortunate in how I did. Before I sign off, huge shout out to General Beam at Chamo Clan 86, who come over here with a lot of his people for a couple of seasons and were just absolutely a joy. Also, shout out to Slick and all the guys at Team USA who did merge into us. Like him, like Daredevil, like I'ma Eat, man. Those guys are absolutely fantastic. And thank you to everybody like Buck, like my girlfriend, like Zach Carley, and everybody who helps me run these two clans now. Like I said, if you guys have any more comments or anything else I should have done differently, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, everybody.